Hi.
So I know at the beginning of spring you said you guys were just going to throw everything at them, the entire offensive package. How was that process gone? The guys not only learning it, but translating it onto the practice field?
It's a process, and we basically have the majority of our playbook in, and so the guys have a grasp of what we're trying to do. They're doing a good job of, picking it all up, understanding what we're asking of them, and we'll just continue to go from there. There's a lot we can do within our offense in terms of different formations, motions, shifts, the tempos, and so, but they basically have most of the offense in, and now we just got to detail everything, and we got to execute better.
Some finer points that usually take longer than others with your offense?
Yeah, it's all about reps, and that's why we practice fast. That's why we a lot of times split up in two groups so that everyone's getting reps. We think that you learn better by playing and by getting the extra reps. And so a lot of the details, a lot of the little things are going to come from just getting extra reps and watching film and making sure that we're champions in the film room and making sure we're learning from our mistakes. And if we do that and we're getting better each practice, then we'll be where we want to be come fall.
Coach, how's the offensive line setting the tone with this type of thing? I know they're the ones that get out there first and everything.
Yeah.
How are they doing with that?
They're doing a good job. Anytime you think tempo, a lot of our, spread offense, you think of soft, but we're going to be physical, and it all starts up front, and those guys understand that if we can play fast, that's to our advantage. And if we can get lined up and the defensive line is not set, then we can come off the ball and establish a line of scrimmage. So they're doing a great job. We're throwing a lot at them. Defense is throwing a lot at us. And so, the combination of both, sometimes it doesn't look as good as it needs to be, but the guys are learning, the guys are all in, and we're going to keep getting better.
So the conditioning pay off for them in the offseason, for the offensive line?
Yeah, Coach Duvall and his staff did a great job with the conditioning, and, those guys are in shape, and we could even take it to another level this summer, and they'll even be in better conditioning, and we got to use tempo to our advantage. Yeah.
Coach, you sense that the offense you guys are trying to install is something that players can learn and digest quickly? Become a good offense early, right away, or is it something that's going to take a year or two?
It's going to take some time. I'm not going to put a time frame on how long it's going to take. We've got some great student athletes, and they want to learn. They do everything they can to learn what we're throwing at them. But it's going to take some time. At UCF, it took us, probably year two when the guys really understood what we wanted, how we wanted it done. And but it could be faster here. I'm not going to put a timetable on it. We're going to keep just feeding the guys with information and the plays and coaching them up. And then this summer is going to be big for them to go out there on their own and really practice what we put in. And if they do that, then they'll get better, and we'll have what we need for the season.
In 2 weeks into camp, you look at this group and go, this is better than we thought it was going to be. Like, this doesn't look like a 4-8 team.
No, this is not a 4-8 team. We've got enough to compete. We've got enough to compete and be successful. And, the standards are high here in Nebraska. We didn't come here to be 6-6. We didn't come here to be average. We're trying to win championships. And that's the mindset the guys have. And that's the culture we want to create, is a championship culture. Every day you come to work, you're going to prepare and play like a champion. And the guys are starting to buy in. And like I said, by the fall, we'll be good to go.
Kind of like Tyjon Lindsey.
Yeah.
Obviously, he played right away, but as a freshman, his reps were limited. With this offense, you see a guy that you can really see flourishing just with his skill set, what he's able to do.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Tyjon. He really fits what we're trying to do. He's versatile, so he can play in the slot. He can play outside. He can play running back. He's dynamic. He's got great football IQ, so he kind of understands how to run routes, how to get open, how to utilize his size to his advantage. And so he's going to be a weapon in this offense. He's got to just keep growing, keep learning, staying disciplined, and the sky's the limit for him.
With that tight end group, they've got a big adjustment coming in
Yep.
as well. They've
Yep.
got a lot of bodies there. What have you seen from that group?
Love the group. Love the group. We ask a lot for our tight ends. They have to be pass catchers. They have to be receivers, be able to line up on the outside, run routes, catch passes. But they also have to be able to line up on the line of scrimmage and be like an offensive lineman and run block and pass protect. So they've got a multiple of different roles, and we've got a lot of depth at that position. So I love it. I love Coach Beck, Coach Haynes, what they do, coaching those guys, and you know, they've done a great job learning, grasping it all, and they just got to keep getting better, keep getting better.
Kind of like Jalen Bradley, how's he factored in that running back room?
Yeah, you know, we don't have a depth chart right now, so all the running backs are getting reps, and not only is he getting reps at running back, but also in the return game. And so, you know, when he gets the ball in his hands, he can make guys miss. He has the size and the strength to run guys over as well. And so we're really looking forward to him continue to progress and see what he can do this fall.
Does his skill set fit that versatile mold? I mean, you feel comfortable putting him in the slot?
Yeah. And what we do with our running backs is we line them up outside. And so they're playing receiver, catching passes, running routes. And so we do that every practice. At the beginning of the practice, you'll see them lined up outside at receivers. So that way they're more versatile. So we can line them up outside as receivers, or we can, you know, line them up in the backfield. They have to be able to catch the ball, because a lot of times we're releasing them out of the backfield or motioning them out of the backfield. And so they've got to have hands. And like I said, we've got a good group of running backs, depth there. And those guys are competing, trying to find a role.
Coach, guys that used to play fullback in the old system, what are they doing now in this new system?
Oh man, that's tough, because you know, we really don't use a fullback, and so a lot of those guys they're working on special teams, you know, working in the coverage unit, return units, anywhere in any place they can help the team. And so, you know, because we don't use that traditional fullback, you know, their roles are kind of limited. But those guys are doing a great job on special teams, finding a place. And, you know, we always tell the guys that the guys that are traveling are guys that are going to play special teams. So if you play special teams and you're on special teams, then there's a chance we can find a role for you on offense. So.
Have you considered transitioning any of those guys to tight end?
You know, we're looking at the whole roster, and you just never know where guys are going to end up. You know, we're looking at receivers might end up being DBs, DBs might end up being receivers. You know, we evaluate going through this spring and kind of see where the best position for each guy is and how they can help the team. And, you know, whatever position they can help the team out best, that's where they're going to be.
Got a weekly quarterback evaluation, how that group's done?
Yeah, as a whole, they're doing a good job. Like I said, you know, we're throwing a lot at them. Our defense, Coach Shenander's throwing a lot at them, different looks, different blitzes, different coverages. And so they're doing a great job of just processing it all. You know, the biggest thing we want to see is just leadership. And those guys taking command of the huddle, taking command of the offense, getting guys in position where they need to be. And, you know, all of them are making plays, all of them are making throws. And so, you know, it's a good competition. Good? All right.